Hi, I'm Eric, and today we're going to speak to an individual who helps us resolve technical issues that we may have in the school system and also ensures that we know where each piece of equipment is located. She does this with patience and care. Let's go inside and meet her. We are here today with Becky Thompson. She's a member of the Client Services team within the Department of Technology Infrastructure. Becky, thank you so much for allowing us a little bit of time with you here today.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Yeah, we know how busy you are. I mean, you and the team service the entire school system, so we appreciate everything that you do. So tell us, what did you do before you came here to Frederick County Public Schools?
Well, I've been in tech support since high school.
Okay. So you've been building those skills since high school. What did you do in high school that initiated or sparked that desire to want to learn more about technology?
Well, it was just work study doing tech support. But then pretty much every job I've had since then, I have moved into a technology support type of role.
What eventually led you to FCPS?
Well, my sister worked here as a teacher. And so I knew the benefits were fantastic. And so that kind of brought me in.
So that's pretty cool. You had a family member that was a part of the FCPS team and she encouraged you to be part of it as well.
She did. And it was, at one point, it was really funny that I was the TS2 for Twin Ridge Elementary, where she was a teacher. My mom was also a volunteer. So there were all three of us in the building one day.
Awesome. So FCPS is in the blood.
Yes.
That's wonderful. And the benefits are phenomenal. So it is a big plus of being part of the team here. Mm-hmm. But along with the benefits, what has gotten you to stay for almost 11 years now?
Well, I work with a great group of people. Love working for my supervisor. He's wonderful and very laid back, easygoing. I don't feel like I'm under a microscope. There's a lot of autonomy for what I do. And it changes from day to day. Everything is different and new. There's always a new challenge on the help desk. I very much enjoy training staff. I make training videos, short ones, that have been shared out. So there's just a lot of different kinds of things that you can do, and it's nice to have the freedom to support in whatever way.
So you mentioned some key things there. The team is important, and we'll talk more about your team in a little bit here. But you also talked about your supervisor and enjoying where you work and it being challenging. So can you talk a little bit more specifically about what a client specialist does in the Department of Technology Infrastructure?
There's actually 4 level 2s, and each of us kind of has a different niche that we cover. And for me, my niche is the inventory system, asset management. So I do a lot of, can you find this, can you find that, type of tickets during the day. I do a lot of training and answering questions about how to do transfers through the warehouse and that sort of thing. But I also cover at least 15 hours of help desk calls during the week. I also am the recording voice for when you call into the help desk. So sometimes folks get a little confused.
You're the voice.
I am the voice. And so, sometimes they're like, wait, are you real? Thinking they're still in the menu system. So that's kind of fun. But yeah, so I do that. I also fix Chromebooks and laptops, desktops upon occasion. Depends on kind of what's needed. I do trainings. Today's Wednesday, so I have an hour online Google Meet that user supports, and sometimes secretaries drop in and ask me questions about different things.
So you, along with the other members of your team, are serving in multiple facets to support the school system.
Yes.
So for those who are watching who don't know what inventory management or asset management means, can you talk a little bit about that aspect of your job?
Sure. So it's really important to know where things are within the system, to know who's using it or what room it's assigned to, especially for things that are purchased with special funds. For example, Title I devices, they have a special audit, and so it's extremely important to know where all of those devices are, how long ago they were purchased, how long we have to watch them, that kind of thing. Likewise, with the CTE devices, we have Perkins Grant and other purchases. So those are some examples of where external agencies come in to do audits. And so this is I help with the actual software that assists with knowing where all of the things are.
And primarily you're focused on those items that are technology related.
Right. Well, yes. So if it plugs into the wall or connects to the network, then yes.
You can tell us where it is.
Exactly.
And who's using it.
That's
Yeah.
the goal.
The other part of which you mentioned is the call center or customer service. Talk a little bit about what that entails.
So, so part of that is making sure that ideally, whenever the client calls in or one of the staff call in, that they get the same kind of response. They hear the same scripted answer. You know, thank you for calling FCPS Tech Support. This is Becky. How can I help you? You know, that they have that familiarity and then that expertise of, yes, let's dive right in and see what kind of a problem we're having. How can I help you? What is it that I can do to assist?
And are you just helping FCPS employees and staff, or does it go beyond that?
So it depends on who's calling, because sometimes it does go beyond that. Sometimes it's a parent, sometimes it's a teacher that says, I need to pass the phone to the student, that kind of thing. So it depends. Primarily, we are focused on staff, but certainly if another parent or student calls, I'm not going to hang up on them or transfer them to their school.
So at any time, you can be supporting any of the 46,000 plus students, possibly their families or guardians at home, and then the 6,000 plus staff members that are in FCPS.
Yes.
And I think that's really important to note. You know, we have a small team of individuals throughout the school system that are doing an outstanding job of supporting the entire system. And so thank you I know I've called a couple of times. And I always appreciate when you or a member of the team answers the call and is there to graciously support. So let me ask you this question. What do you enjoy most about the work that you do?
I enjoy the happy ending of the phone call, when I've really helped someone and they're able to laugh instead of cry, and really feel like they've been assisted, that they've been helped, that they've maybe learned something. In part of my Apple training, because I'm an Apple certified technician as well, or I was, they said that a customer error is really a learning opportunity or a teaching opportunity. And so anything where somebody doesn't understand or somebody feels like they've made a mistake, that's a teaching opportunity. And that's really the goal, is to not make someone feel bad about what they've done, but to make them feel empowered that, okay, now I know what to do in the future.
Now, I was a teacher for many years. My brain just automatically goes to the message we send our students. It's okay to make a mistake. It's an opportunity to learn something. And then I think about when we're supporting others as leaders in the organization, our colleagues, mistakes happen. How can we learn from them to do better? And it's really wonderful to hear you say that when it comes to the support that you provide. Somebody may have made an error, but what you're saying is an opportunity for them to learn so that it doesn't potentially happen again.
Right. And one of the things that I say to callers to kind of, help de-escalate any kind of, tension or anxiety is, you know what, this is education. This isn't banking. No one's going to lose $1 million. This isn't healthcare. No one's going to die. This is education. We're here to learn. We're here to try and do things better.
Appreciate that. In my discussion with Becky, I learned she spent 4 years in the Navy as an electronics technician for satellite communication equipment. Over the years, she has continued learning and growing in her profession. Becky reiterated to me that she works with an incredible team who are always learning from each other to better support the school system. I was able to see firsthand the scope of work Becky provides and how she handles each individual task with care. She even trained me a little on a service call. What Becky does on a daily basis is essential to Frederick County Public Schools. Is there anything else that you'd like for us to know about the work that you do, the work that the team that you serve with, the work that you all do for the school system?
Well, I think I do spend a lot of time around September, October, explaining to folks that we're actually busier in the summer than anybody would believe. They're like, oh, the kids are out of school. Yeah, but we're opening new schools. So we're, tearing down old schools. There's, so much equipment is moving. And this summer we had a massive number of Chromebooks that needed to be replaced because they were at end of life. And so that's 22,000 devices. So that's a really large undertaking, right? To gather them all together, to make sure that they are ready to go and in good, whatever, and all the new ones out there.
Thank you for that reminder. You're absolutely correct. I often will get that question, is it slower for you all in the summer? It's like, no, we're here for our students ultimately, but when they go home for this summer, there's a lot of us that are getting things ready to shut down the school year, but also prepare for the next school year. Our school system is open 12 months a year. So we really appreciate all that you and the team that you serve with do to support us each and every day. We couldn't do it without you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Becky. Becky is part of a small group of client services specialists who support the entire FCPS community. They provide exceptional customer service. They ensure that when we run into an issue with technology, they're there to support us and problem solve to get us to a space where we need to be to successfully do our work. They support our students, their families, and staff across the school system. Their role is essential, and we're so fortunate to have them as part of the team. Well, everyone, until next time, please continue to take care of yourself, take care of each other, and be well, everyone.